Hello and welcome to part 2 of our strawberry pillow crochet pattern. In this part we will be working on the stem, the leaves, and the seeds. So let's get into it. Alright, so next we're going to work on our stem. So we're going to take our color B yarn, whatever that is for you, and we're going to start off with row 1. We're going to make a magic ring. And we're going to make 6 single crochets within the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull that tight and we'll place our stitch marker. Now for row 2, we're going to do an increase stitch in every stitch around, so that's 2 single crochets in one. So 1, 2. So we should have 12 stitches at the end of row 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just like that for row 2. Now for row 3, we are going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch around. However, we're only going to go into the back loop. So you have your 2 strands for each stitch on the top here. They make a V pattern. We want to just go into the back loop only and make a single crochet in there. And that's what we're going to do all the way around for this row 3, into the back loop only. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just like that. Now for row 4, we're going to do a decrease stitch in every stitch around. So we're going to do our invisible decrease, so the front 2 loops of the next 2 stitches, pull through, yarn over, pull through. We're going to do that all the way around, so at the end of row 4 we should have 6 single crochets. Just like that. Now moving on, I'm just going to stuff my yarn tail into the center so that it's out of my way. And moving on to row 5 and 6, we're going to place 1 single crochet around. There's 6 single crochets, so 6 single crochets for rows 5 and 6. 5 and 6. And we're going to do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now for row 7, we're going to do a combination of 2 single crochets and an increase stitch. So 1, 2, increase, and we're going to do this twice. And at the end of this row, we should have 8 stitches. So there's our increase stitch here. And then 1, 2, and increase. For row 8, we're going to do an increase stitch in every stitch around. So that's 2 single crochets in each stitch around for a total of 16 stitches at the end of this round. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is kind of what we're looking like right now. Now for row 9, we're going to do the combination single crochet and increase. We're going to repeat this 8 times for a total stitch count of 24 at the end of this row. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, all right. Row 10 is going to be the combination single crochet 2, increase, one, 2, increase. We'll do that 8 times for a total stitch count of 32. 2, increase, 1, 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 2, increase. Now for row 11, we're going to do the combination single crochet 3, increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. And you're going to repeat this 8 times for a total stitch count of 40 at the end of this round. 3, increase. So I will finish this row off camera and I'll meet you back here for row 12. And that is row 11. Now for row 12, we're going to do the combination single crochet 4, increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and increase. We'll do this 8 times for a stitch count of 48 at the end of this row. 3, 4, increase. I will meet you at the end of row 12 for row 13. Hello, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure how this happened, but we lost some footage. So for round 13, we will be doing 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and your stitch count at the end of round 13 should be 48. Just complete that round, and then we will return to our regular scheduled program with round 14. Thanks. All right, so we're going to now complete the leaves on your stem here. And to start for row 14, what we're going to do is we're going to start with 1 single crochet. And then we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like this. Now we're going to be working into this chain row. What we're going to do is we're going to skip this first chain, and into the second chain we're going to place a single crochet, just like that. Now moving down into the third chain, we're going to place a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now into this fourth chain, we're going to place a double crochet. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now in the remaining 3 chains, so that's 5, 6, and 7, we're going to place a triple crochet. Now to do a triple crochet, we're going to yarn over twice, and we're going to insert into the next chain, yarn over and pull through so you have 4 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do that twice more. Pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And do that one more time. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is 1 leaf completed. Now the next step is we're going to skip the next 3 stitches from row 13. So 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th stitch right here, we're going to insert our hook and we're going to place a slip stitch to connect the leaf down. So this is what we're looking like. Now to end off this pattern that we're doing, we're going to do 1 single crochet, just like that. Now we're going to repeat that 7 more times for a total of 8 leaves. So to begin, we're going to make 1 single crochet, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, skip the first chain, single crochet into the second, half double crochet into the third, double crochet into the fourth, triple crochet into the fifth, another triple crochet into the sixth, and another triple crochet into your 7th chain. just like that. Once again, we're going to skip 3 stitches, and in the 4th stitch we're going to place a slip stitch. Single crochet to end off. And that's 2 leaves completed. Now we're just going to continue along, starting with our single crochet, chain 7 like we've been doing all the way around for 8 leaves. So continue along this pattern and I will meet you back here at the end of row 14. All right, I have 7 of my leaves completed, so I'm going to just work on my last one. So I'm going to start with my single crochet, chain 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, single crochet in the 2nd chain, half double crochet in the 3rd, double crochet in the 4th, and 3 triple crochets. That's 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go into the 4th chain here with a slip stitch, and to end off this row we're going to place our last single crochet, just like that. Now that is the stem completed, so I'm going to remove my stitch marker and I'm just going to place a slip stitch into this first single crochet that we made. Take my scissors and I'm going to cut probably a 16-inch strand of yarn approximately. You're going to need a decently sized long one because you're going to need that to sew on your stem. I'm just going to pull that through. And there is the top of our strawberry pillow, our stem and our leaves. All right, so once we have our stem completed, we're going to attach it to the top of our strawberry now. So we'll just take our strawberry, and it's quite large, so I had to move you guys out on the camera so I could fit this in. So basically this stem is just going to be plopped right on top, and you just want to make sure it's centered in the middle of your project here, and you can try and just line up the inside here of your stem with the last rows of your strawberry, and that should ensure that it's pretty even. And once you have a good placement where you think you want it to be, I just like to place mine with some fabric pins just to hold it in place before I do the final sew on, so that I can make sure that it's exactly where I want it. Just like that. And then once I'm happy with the placement, I'm just going to take my darning needle here and I'm going to attach the end of my yarn. And I'm going to start sewing this on. Now, I don't want to sew these leaves down. I like when they curl because it kind of gives it more of a realistic look to it. So what we only want to sew down is the center bit, not the leaves. Now, if you want to sew down the leaves, that's definitely your decision. But I'm just going to sew down the center piece here. So I'm just going to insert my hook or my needle, and I'm just going to start sewing this on. Now as I'm going, I'm just going to remove my needles here, my fabric pins, so they don't get lost on my project. So just complete sewing on your top and we will meet back here to sew on the seeds. All right, and once your stem is sewn on, I just like to place a little knot at the very end just to secure it. And then I'm just going to feed my needle here down into the body of the strawberry. Take my scissors and cut that. And then this is just fluff. This yarn falls apart very easily, so it fluffs off a lot. And there is our stem attached. Now you can kind of flatten your leaves down a little bit if you prefer the look of that, but I like mine to kind of be free to do whatever they want to do. So that is the stem. Now moving on to the seeds, I'm going to be using this Baby Snuggle yarn in white, and you're going to probably need a couple strands of it. So I just like to start off with about a 16-inch strand of yarn, and I'll just cut that. And I'm just going to attach that to my darning needle. Now the seeds are kind of personal preference on how you want them positioned. You can kind of just do a random assortment of seeds. I kind of like to have mine in some sort of pattern. So what I've kind of decided is I like to just start at the bottom, and I'm just gonna basically insert my needle here and I'm gonna pull that through. And I just like to have my seed over one row here, but you could make them larger and make them as big as 2 rows. Again, that's just personal preference. So I'm going to insert my hook over one row, and then I'm going to skip 6 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to try and, as straight as I can, get my hook up 6 rows, and I'm going to pull. Now you don't want to pull this tight because it's going to cause tension on your fabric and it will cause little dents, which isn't a bad thing because strawberries do kind of have dents, but I like to leave it just a little bit loose so that it doesn't go too tight where you can't even see it, if that makes any sense at all. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm just going to basically keep going 1 stitch up for my seed, and then I'm going to move my hook or my needle up 6 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and try and stay in a straight line if I can. Sorry. And just loosen that a little bit. You may have a little bit of stuffing come out, and that's just part of this. That's totally fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now that I've done this one row of seeds, now I want to move over, but I want to make sure my seeds aren't lining up because strawberry seeds, they're not perfect. They're not going to be in perfect line every time. So I want to go into the center here of between these two stitches. So I'm going to actually go over and up 3 rows. So up 3 rows and over. And again, this is just, you just do what you think looks the best for yours. So like that. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go down to here. And as you can see here, they're now not centered. So I'll just go finish this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. And that's just basically what I'm going to do all the way around. The spacing between these rows is really going to be dependent on what you think looks good. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 to 6 stitches in between this way and this way, but you do whatever works best for you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So I'm just going to keep sewing on my seeds here, and I'll meet you back here at the end. Now once you run out of your first round of yarn, just cut another strand, again about 16 inches, and you're just going to start again. Just place that on your darning needle. And I would just insert it right into the hole you just ended. And I'm going to start there so that I can just tie those ends together and weave them in and know that they're going to be secured. Now, because the strawberry is wider on the top and skinnier on the bottom, you're going to find it hard to make them even. So just do the best you can. As you can see, one of my rows is kind of intertwining here. So I'm just going to kind of move over here and start a new row. And that's totally fine because, like I said, strawberries, they're not perfect. And so we shouldn't try and make them perfect. So I'm going to just continue sewing on my seeds, and I'll meet you back here when that's all completed. All right, so once our seeds are all completed, I just like to tie off my ends here with a really, really light knot. You don't want it to be too tight or you'll pull your stitches. And we'll do a knot here. I ended up using 3 strands of yarn for my seeds. Like that. Just going to cut them so they're shorter. And then taking a smaller sized hook, just going to grab that yarn and just pull it through and weave it in. And you may notice that pulling your yarn through pulls those strands tight, so just bring them back out again. All right, and then just getting rid of all those fluffies from the yarn I'm using. It sheds quite a lot. And that is your completed strawberry pillow. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy using your pillow for whatever you're going to use it for. Make sure to post some photos on our Instagram if you do decide to make it so we can see what you've made. Otherwise, we hope you guys have a lovely day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!